Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning. I'm Prismal, and today we're back with some more Binding of Isaac. It's been a very long time since I've been playing any of this, to be honest. Which is just the way things go, really, sometimes, right? I mean, we did unlock... Did we unlock Blue Baby? I thought we unlocked Blue Baby last time. Guess, yeah, we did. We unlocked Blue Baby, which is an interesting run if we ever start doing those. And to be honest, we might jump into that later down the line if we want to. But to be honest, we're going to go back to having a normal Binding of Isaac run, shall we? And just see how that goes. Straight away into an item room. Rainbow baby, straight away. We do want to love our babies when we get them every single time. But yeah, how are we all doing? How are we all doing? I had a bit of time out from uploading for like one day because I wasn't feeling that great, which, you know, it's just the way stuff goes sometimes. It's just the way stuff goes. Can't always be fit and healthy as much as you want it to, right? But, you know what? I'm happy, glad to be back. We're, you know, working my backside off as well also. One thing, though, is kind of new for me, is that I've got a mic set up now, an actual mic, rather than the headset I was using before, which was really frustrating me. Might have said this in another video beforehand, but kind of the only reason I did it was because I was already annoyed that my recording voice sounded different from the original, right? So I was like, you know what, stuff it, let's just actually like invest some money and, you know, get like an actual mic to record my voice and stuff. And if I do still moan about it later, I can moan about it, right? Because I've actually paid money towards it rather than just buying a headset, right? At least that was the thought process, you know. So, kind of a good thing, kind of a bad thing, you know. Part of me thinks, oh yeah, I wasted money. Other bits are like, actually, it was probably worthwhile to pay the money and get what I need to get, right? We can argue over semantics later. There we go, it's nice clear on that. Pick up the penny and let's fight the boss. See what we come against. Widow. Should be okay. The problem is the, yeah, me being an idiot. As always. But yeah, I've been missing just having the random chats and stuff like that. Been playing certain games which required more serious attention and describing what I was doing and yada yada yada. So it's nice to play a game where I can be an idiot, relax a little bit, and yeah, have a chat again. We get some regen, that's kind of nice. And this room is done, so I guess we'll drop down. So yeah, I mean, not much has changed for me really. Stuff's still going on, still doing work outside of work as well as work in work, so, you know. I never stop as much as I would love to keep myself from actually doing any of this stuff, but... we'll go down to a single heart, because we will regen it eventually, right? And I'd like to get him to pay out, so that'll be the plan on that front. But it's just nice to play some Binding of Isaac again, right? I played so much, like so many other games, that I've probably been a bit slack on playing the games that I kind of want to, right? No, not like I kind of want to, but like I've got quite a selection of games I'm currently playing that I'm kind of neglecting ones that I probably shouldn't be. Make sense? Maybe. Ooh, Continuum. What's nice about that is it does give me Spectral Tears. Yeah, I've been doing other random stuff in free time, playing a few other games, getting back into some other games as well, which, if I can do, plus also, like, working, which... It's not overly complicated, but extra money is extra money, right? I am money-orientated in all my goals, and then I don't spend it at all and go and waste it on a new mic. Yeah, I spent it on a new mic, because that's what I did, right? Ooh, what have we got here? Wheel of Fortune. Interesting. To be honest, I thought it was just a more applicable thing for me to go and do, right? Use this, because you'll blow it up, right? At least you should blow it up. There we go. I used the guy as a free bomb. Annoyed he didn't blow anything else in the room up, but you know. Beggars can't be choosers. Oh, more hearts. Let's go back and play the guy I need to play. Been keeping up to date with a lot of other news as well, though. Mainly been looking at some of the stuff going on with Nintendo and the Power World creators. Well, they oh my god, I forget their name. But I'm following that kind of in the idea of just being like, yes, we probably should follow that, and on like the dangers that it could be for the entirety of like gaming in general, right? So, but those people that kind of do know, or probably those people that don't know, we can kind of go over it again. Why not, right? Essentially, the creators of Power World are being sued in the way of a patent on copyright. Justice, let's play it. Justice. Not in the way I wanted, but still. Man, he's taking all my health. And it's weird because the pattern that they use is the, like, you know, throwing a ball to capture a monster type thing in an open field. And there's, like, debates on who actually owns that or who did it first and all that stuff. And then there's the debate on, like, I think Grand Theft Auto doing it before anyone else. Just the idea of, can you prove that you were the first ones to do it kind of thing, right? But even if you go, like, looking at all that stuff and everything else, well, my annoyance is it's... How do you say? It's like if someone patented a technique for writing, or a technique for drawing, or a technique for painting and stuff like that. That's essentially what game companies are doing at the moment, which is, I should just use this straight away. And that's why it's kind of like such a big issue, and is such a negative thing. We'll bow first, because, yeah. Oh, haunt. Because could you imagine people trying to write a book after, you know, everyone's done the Magic Academy, the person is a knight, the whole basic fantasy adventure. Like, suddenly someone does it and you no longer can do it? Like, do you know how annoying and stupid that sounds? You know? It's like, no one can do a roguelike as a card roguelike because of the fact that Slay the Spire did it before everyone else. Well, there's probably a game that did it before Slay the Spire, and then, like, you see how stupid it sounds. Like, we just lose all these games that we would have access to because a company decides that, you know, I want to own this thing, which technically they can't even really own. Right? Continuum, baby. I guess we're going for Deals the Angel if we get them. Temesis, that's terrible. An experimental treatment, essentially. We'll try and see if this demon baby will actually, like, give me something. Actually, there's a coin in that room. Get the coin, that could be worthwhile. Where's the coin? Where's the coin? Where's the coin? Coin. Oh, there you are. There you go. The other solution is we can just, like, sit here and regen health over time. Don't know if that'll work, but... If you want to min-max a floor and don't care about boss rush, that's what you do. And we definitely don't care about boss rush. Oh, nice. Auto bandage. It's already paying out. The devil, thank you very much. Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, we'll just do this and play a bomb. Come on, demon baby. I know you will pay out eventually. There we go. All the pills. Hematemesis. Let's go to the shop, see what we can get from there. Might as well min-max as much as possible, right? We use it. Challenge! Yeah, there we go. Actually, while I picked that up, I could have re-rolled it in this room. Missed an opportunity. But yeah, like, that whole stuff is, like, really frustrating, and, like, I'm happy that the developers of Harold are fighting it, and they kind of do have, like, reason to, because, you know, they did create it beforehand, and there were other stuff they did as well, and other things other people have done, and you basically got to prove that they weren't the first person to basically do it, which means they've got to basically defend their own lawsuit and counter sue them even having the patent in the first place, which is something where, you know, they might have the money to sit there and start it up, but the issue is like most people are saying, that basically what Nintendo will do is they will sit there and basically just like put an injunction on them making profits to the game while the case is going on, which is designed to essentially bleed them dry until they give in to their demands, which is such a scummy thing to do. But at the end of the day, it's not about winning the lawsuit, it's about making your opponents just surrender. Right? Like, that's all they really want to do. They don't want to win the lawsuit, they want to make their opponents surrender. Range down. Shot speed up, cool. It is scummy. I hate Nintendo for it. I had such nostalgia for the games. It really annoys me that instead of innovating their own games and improving on what they already had, they decided to make a lawsuit about it. It would have been good competition, because, like, you know, Digimon wasn't. No, I lie. I like Digimon. I really enjoyed it. It's just, it's not the same thing for everyone, right? That was the problem. It was something a little bit different, and Pokemon already had its niche set out by then, and it was a bit too late. More pheromones. You know, for good or bad, right? There isn't much you could really do about it by that point. It was already too late. Like, Digimon was Pokemon's cooler younger brother, but the people that were older than that didn't really care much for it anyway. You know, it was overly more complex. It wasn't as kind of, like, simple. I will say that much. Right? Pokemon was very simple to kind of understand and use and figure out in a way, but could also be complex at the same time. Maybe we should go to the room. Go to the bedroom and see what we can find. Need 2 bombs for it. I can do that. It might just be a full heal, but it could also be... it's just a dirty room, so it's full heal. Fine, we'll fight the boss fight. Hope you'll be alright. Could go to the shop, but, like, what would I want from the shop? I mean, it could be a greed fight. I got 4 keys, so it is worth it. Fine. Give me a greed fight. No. No greed fight. I'm not going to waste a bomb here. So, yeah, I mean... do I think it's deserved on, like, anyone's part, depending on what ends up happening? I honestly do think that Nintendo need to lose this lawsuit and start thinking about how they're actually going to improve their own services, right? Because they've been so scummy about it for ages that we've already overlooked it because of the childhood nostalgia we had for the games we had back then. So it's a bit disappointing that they've kind of ruined all that goodwill over time. Well, a lot of game companies have, right? A lot of game companies have. Whether it be for them trying to appeal to a different audience that isn't their current audience, or, you know, them just, like, making really inferior products to where they used to make them. You know? Like, that's the most annoying thing, is the fact that, like, a lot of them probably had, like, really good ideas and good products that all they had to do was just kind of, like, semi-repeat it again. And instead what their entire plan was to not repeat it, appeal to a different audience that was not a fan of the games or the IP itself, and basically poo-poo anyone that liked it the old way. Like, do you know how silly that sounds? Actually, I think there was it's a drink, an alcoholic drink beverage company, Budweiser, that did the exact same thing. And that didn't turn out very well for them. No idea what their market share is now compared to what it was before, but yeah. That did not turn out very well. And I get it, like, you want to appeal to a different audience, that you probably think your sales aren't doing very well and everything else, but like... I will say it right off the bat, right? You know, I'll be fair. I don't think there's anything wrong with game companies trying to appeal to a larger audience or to a different set of audiences in general, right? But don't do it with an established IP. Create a new one, and don't go and spend like 100 million on that new IP. Spend less. Spend like 2 million. See how it goes. You know? You could at least then recoup your losses, and if not, you haven't lost that much, right? Bonus key. Not bad. A PhD would be quite nice in this run, to be honest. Like, I don't understand this whole idea of, like, big blockbuster games and everything else as well, because, I mean, I will say it now, I'm not a person that plays those big blockbuster games. I will try some out, because I think they might be interesting or stuff like that, but it's mainly because of the fact that, like, you know, I might like the style of play, or the game seems interesting to me, not because of the fact you spent lots of money on it, or because it's trying to appeal to my normal sensitive brain and all that jazz. You know? We should leave this room, we don't care. You know, I'm very simple. I like to enjoy my games as much as possible. I don't need to be preached to all the time. Although that's kind of what I'm doing now to you guys, so, you know, I'm a hypocrite. But it's the one thing I've always said is, like, you can enjoy any game you want, right? There is nothing wrong with you enjoying a game or hating a game. But if you hate a game, why are you playing it, right? I think it's the argument of, like, if you want to spend money on something, absolutely fine. If you spent money on something and it's not what you're expecting, absolutely fine. If you spend money on something and it is what you're expecting, but you're still disappointed, why did you spend your money? Actually, that's a good way to swap them back. Right? Like that is like the simplicity of what I was thinking with all this stuff all the way through. It was like, wait, and then it's like, you know, we all know the type of people, right? So the type of people I'm mentioning was we all know them because they all exist. We've seen them everywhere. We've argued with them and everything else. Well, these are the people that haven't even read the book but have already decided they hate it. Yeah? Or haven't read the book, but will defend it because they know the author's name. You all know the people, and that's what our world's come to right now. It's just a bunch of yes men going, oh, yes, 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 we must agree, yes, 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 it's a great idea, yes. And everyone else going like, no, it's wrong, and then other people look at them like, you can't say it's wrong, that is not fair. Oh, just use this card, why not? Get more damage to this room. So yeah, I'm gonna deal with the devil. We'll take the pentagram, get more damage. Do we take the book or missing page 2? Missing page 2 is nice and all, but like, do I really need it? We'll just move on. We'll just move on. But yeah, like everyone's got this idea where it's like they like. I don't know, they take something that's established and decide to make it for the, not make it for the audience that is already invested into something, right? But like, we've all seen terrible sequels to a game, right? But we still bought them because of, like, we enjoyed the original series and we're hoping they'll make a third one where they, like, correct their mistakes as such. Some game companies do, some people don't. It's kind of a 50-50. Right? But we've all done it. Right? And what the game company is doing right now is they're taking their established IPs and everything else and just basically running them into the ground to the point where no one will trust them again. Plus all the goodwill's gone with all the companies as well, which hasn't really helped the matters. Right? I think that's got a lot to do with it. Use a bomb here. Okay, we'll leave. Like, that hasn't really helped the situation either. Invested, nice. Second hand, extra time effects extended. Hermit. That's a free shot teleport. We'll use it. Ooh. Maybe we'll come back to this. So yeah, like, I'm kind of disappointed. The thing is, though, indie games at the moment can't really fail. If there is a game, an indie game that you enjoy and you like, I'd say go straight for it. Right? Right now, I think it is the time of where small developers will make the most money and can do the most with it, you know? Oh, lost shot speed on that. Oh, I'll pick the sulfuric acid up. Sometimes we'll break rocks, that's kind of good. Hanged man. So yeah, I'm kind of like enjoying this sort of resurgence of indie games and stuff, right? And there's quite a good amount of them coming on, and I noticed that a lot of games consoles and stuff are starting to realize actually we probably should invest in the indie market because, you know, we can actually get more out of it. So that's also a good sign as well, right? High Priestess is somewhat useful. Piercing shots as well. I'll take that. 2 diamonds will double my money. I'll get my key from here. Oh yeah, I've got to. That could have gone down. Temperance. Do have regen, but we'll probably use that next floor. I mean, you know, I'm a simple guy. I don't like my stuff to be complex or anything else as well either. Like, you know, I just want to play a good game without all the politics. And to be honest, like, if I wasn't really someone that kind of, like, messes around with YouTube and stuff, I probably wouldn't be caring about most of this stuff anyway. I would just buy the games I want to play, and that'll be it. My opinion would probably still be the same, but, like, it wouldn't be out there to everyone else to see as such, you know? I would just kind of scoff at it and be like, oh, idiots. You know? Because that's what it all seems like to me. Like, it's all petty kind of, like, he said, she said, and all that stuff, and, like, you know, it's just kind of, like, outgrow it, guys. Like, come on, we're all adults right now. There shouldn't be any of this random stuff that is going on between adults overall. Actually doubling card effects, wasn't it? Yeah, I don't really care about that. I mean, I should go and buy it, but I'm being lazy now. Simple as. I'm gonna be careful as well. I normally had like a place I can keep rest my feet, but because it connects to my table, I keep knocking it, which would probably affect the mic, I guess. Don't know. You may hear it, and that's me kind of kicking my table, essentially. Poor table. It has feelings, and I'm being very mean to it. But yeah, and it's kind of absolutely hilarious, right? I think, is it the art game, the art developer, or the guy that's in charge of like the art stuff for Avowed? He says some really dumb stuff, right? Like he's allowed to have his opinions, but I think the basically Turan said was the fact that if you're a white guy, I'm not going to hire you. That was literally his statement. My favorite one was the fact that he wanted someone to take his job that was not white, essentially. We'll use that phrase. And I thought that was kind of funny, because why don't you just quit then? But he won't, though. I said it's virtue signaling. You know, because that person said, well, you know, if someone asked me, I would totally do it, right? And no one's going to ask him. And if they do ask him, they're like, oh no, well, I can't just give it to just anyone. So many people really want this opportunity. So, just so you're aware, if you are a part of the culture of what that man suggested he would give you his job for, please contact him. Try it. Call his bluff. I would love to see it happen. And if he doesn't give you his job, post it on Twitter. Or X, as it's called now. Like, like, people are moaning about it, like, consistently, of just like, oh, yeah, stuff like that, you know, the guy is just being, like, you know, a total tool and stuff. Like, yeah, he is, but you're not playing the game right. Like, you're moaning about his actions rather than calling him on it, right? I used to do this so much back in the day. I did it all the time. You know? I still do it now. I still do it now, where I call people on their BS, like, all the time. The main thing, and the main thing I end up doing is, like, you know, someone will sit there and say, like, oh, you can't say that, or you can't do this, or you can't do that. I'm like, oh, no, you're just a straight white man. And then I put on my best kind of campness and go, well, I believe I can, you know? Like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I didn't really mean to hurt your feelings. Like, you know, like, because it's absolutely hilarious to watch someone do a complete 180 at that point. Now, the fun bit about it is a lot of people would sit there and say, yeah, but you're not really gay. And like, how do you know? How can you assume my sexuality? And this is what makes me the complete person that is an absolute nightmare as I am, right? Last pill, what is it? A luck upgrade, cool. Thank you very much. Let's donate money. I used to do it all the time, right? Used a... Ooh, spoon bender, nice. Oh, baby bender. Interesting. But I used to do that all the time. Like, I'd wind people up constantly about it. Because... basically, people just wasting my time and doing all this sort of, like, judgmental rubbish is really frustrating. And on both sides, not just one, right? Like, it's hard enough with everything else that we have to do in our lives, and then we don't really have to deal, like, with someone else belittling you just because of the fact that you may have misunderstood or said the wrong thing, right? Like, it happens enough that I muck up my own life. I don't need someone else to try and point it out when I do it, right? Ooh, temperance, let's go. Should be doing this all the way through, but, you know. And even if they're not pointing it out to me, it's very annoying that that they even attempt to bother with that sort of stuff, right? Like, why can't I be wrong and learn from it? Like, that's the biggest thing for me. Oh my god. And there's some regen kicked in. And it is hilarious because I guarantee you with the amount of social media posts and everything else that everyone actually has access to this day and age, right? There's a high probability, and I mean a very high probability, someone has said something insensitive at some point in their life and posted it on social media. Quite easily. Like, I genuinely believe that you could find it, like, instantly if you were looking for it. Right? Like, I don't think it would take very long. Maybe, like, you know, at most, like, a few hours worth of web browsing to find that stuff. And if it doesn't exist, it's probably historical documentation of it somewhere, right? Of someone doing something stupid. And it could be even in their own company they work for as well, where they were just, like, you know, they turned down the wrong person in the candidate when they were meant to be hiring an ethnic minority. And that's it. Like, it just takes one of their decisions and suddenly their entire life is just ruined because of it, right? Like, that's the hilarious thing. it's also even more funny because the fact that, you know, what they say they stand for. I am being very aggressive on this because I want it to pay out now, right? Oh, come on, really? Thanks to the bombs. I mean, overall, is it kind of like, you know, like a big deal, really? Not really. Like, we all say that, so we all make mistakes. We're not infallible, as we always say, but the option is the fact that you can actually learn from them, right? Like, that's the big thing that matters, is the fact that you can admit that you're wrong, and then still sit there and go, you know what, at least I did learn something. At least I kind of, like, you know, made up for my mistakes, right? Come on. Just pay out. I got enough money to spend and waste on you. And I am min-maxing this. While I yammer on about all this random rubbish. Because that's the big thing, right? It's like, does any of this really matter at the end of the day? Like, yeah, I mean, actual injustice does matter, right? But we're not talking about actual injustice. We're talking about one person's opinion versus another person's opinion. You know, whether you whether you like a game or dislike a game over the change of formula that they used to have. Like, I wouldn't even say the difference in diversity and inclusion and everything else as well. Like that's a minor topic. But a change from the way you used to do things to the way you're doing them now, right? An entire change in formula. Like, what are you doing when you've got... I mean, Dragon Age is a good example of that, right? Okay, he paid out. We got the fly, love. I guess we're moving on then. Like, what do you think you're doing when you decide to literally go and do a complete 180 on your entire formula of game development that you've had for, like, God knows how long? To then sit there and be like, emergency contact? Ooh. We could fight this guy. Let's fight this guy. Oh, I can't fight him in this room. Disappointment. I'm disappointed! Oh well. Probably haven't unlocked it yet, that's why. What is emergency contact? I forget what it does. Oh well. But yeah. Is it a big deal for me overall? Not really. Like, I'll get over it, you know. As my words would be, I just won't buy your game. You know? It is just as simple as that. I just won't buy it. And other people else won't buy it because they'll disagree with what you're doing. And then when everyone else is disagreeing with it, you're going to call them names and say, buy my product. It's good, I swear. Like, the only way to punish these people is basically to make them lose money. And it's a shame because it'll mean that all the IPs and stuff that are actually worth money will basically go up for sale. And we've been moaning about console wars for ages, and essentially we're just going to give the opportunity for, like, a lot of games companies to literally go, oh yeah, by the way, I'm just now going to own all of this stuff. We probably won't get a guppy item, but it is still worth picking up. Right, maybe I get lucky and, like, we get, like, another guppy, a couple of guppy items from, like, some red chests. Curse the Blind. Well, I guess we're picking up anything, and the first one we get will be a nightmare for me. Let's just use it. I mean, overall, do I think, like, anything will change in the long run? Nah. Nothing will change. Doesn't matter how much, like, I moan about it, you moan about it, we all moan about it, agree with it, disagree with it, you know, be really happy for it, surprise it, usual stuff, you know, all that stuff, doesn't matter. The game companies will do whatever they want to do, and they'll either decide that what they're doing is wrong, or what they're doing is right, and that'll be based upon how much money they're losing every single time they do it. How long will it take them to make that decision? Well, that depends on the shareholders. And trust me, right now, if I was a shareholder of any of these companies, I would be throwing absolute tantrums. I would be so annoyed. And I picked up the wrong thing. I should be taking the flying horse thing, but I didn't, and that's my mistake. We shall pay for it. But yeah, you know, human beings are stupid even at the best of times, right? I mean, we fight with each other constantly and can never actually make a decision on anything. Even when we are getting along, we're not really getting along very well. Right? Temperance. Nice. Something I didn't need. I mean, other than that, like, is there anything I'm actually looking forward to at the moment? I don't really know anymore. I really don't know. Ooh, Joker card. Let's go. We're going to buy both of you because I need to be a moron. Backstabber. Necronomicon. You're good enough. Let's go. Yeah, that room just was going to die straight away. But yeah. I don't know, like... I honestly don't think that games companies need to go under to kind of prove a point. At the same time, I think it's probably about the only thing that can actually happen to prove the point. Right? And that's the thing that saddens me the most. Like, generally, that's the thing that makes me really sad and upset about all this, is the fact that we're going to lose all this stuff from my childhood because of essentially people making dumb decisions. Stapler, nice. And the sun. Down we go. And it's a shame because, like, we're moaning about all these bad games and stuff that are coming out, right? But none of us are actually appreciating all the good games that are coming out, right? Like, that's the other bit that annoys me, is the fact that we're losing track of, like, all the good stuff because of all the bad stuff. Which means you generally just don't have an appreciation for the art form anymore that is video games. Like, there's so much that we can do in video games that we couldn't do anywhere else as well. The last thing you really want most of the time is just to play a game that reminds you of real life. But apparently that's what all people want to do, and there are video games for that, so let them play those. Ooh. Yeah, but mind you, I'm being a baby about it, right? I am being a baby about it. I am going the wrong way, aren't I? Yes, I am going the wrong way. No point going to the curse room, although it kind of is a point to go to the curse room, but, you know. We'll go for the secret room, though. So that'll at least be a quicker shortcut in a bit. Ooh. No Wheel of Fortune. Well, I'm going to blow this up anyway, so...
Wheel of Fortune.
Ah, didn't blow them both up. Only if I could have more bombs, right? Is that a challenge room as well? Should we go into it? Oh. Curse of the Lost. Thank you very much, Curse of the Lost. Ooh. You kind of helped me out in a way to go down here, so I'll just use you. But yeah, I honestly think like they will eventually change. This will actually save me if I get down to low health. I wonder, does this give like a like that should give a combo like placenta plus the umbilical cord? No? Or just me? I think so that. Mind you, there's all sorts of weird stuff going on as well. You know, minor arguments, disagreements, and everything else. As I said, I always hate stuff when stuff are really petty, you know? When someone does something that is meant to be like they're meant to be an adult, but they act like a child. That's the bit that annoys me the most. Kill those off. Like, those are the things that always get under my skin. They grate on me and annoy me and get me frustrated and make me hate being a human being. Right? So I spent my entire life just trying to please people. What I don't want to have to do is do it as an adult. This is a waste, right? Yet another run down then. It lives. My future awaits. And a lot more unlocks. Pokemons. Basement is burning. There we go. That is another win on our tally for once. I actually got a small streak going. Yeah, 2 wins a streak, that's what we call it. But yeah, again, if you do enjoy these videos, do leave a like, subscribe to see more, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.